Hey, welcome to Let's Try to Survive the Darkest Dungeon. This is a roguelike game that I actually first saw on at PAX before it was actually released, and it was I kind of fell in love with the art when I first saw it. Our first demo was nothing more than the combat system, but it has a nice turn-based combat system that's got a slight initiative
old
element.
road.
I'll actually let
It
this
winds with a
continue
troubling
so you can hear it.
serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Yeah, super intense opening. I haven't actually played through this game yet. I've dicked around a little bit on it before, so I understand a lot of the basic concepts. But as I was saying before, I kind of fell in love just with the art style because it has a very grimdark feel. And anybody that knows me knows that kind of obsession with Warhammer 40k, which is just the most grimdark of any stories. But this game, it's nice because you have a you have your party, which is built up over time based on people that you actually hire when you get to the hamlet, and you can, while you're exploring these ruins, you're actually getting gold and stuff, so you can upgrade people, and it has a cool stress mechanic. So like as your people are fighting, they're getting stressed because the crazy ass shit they're seeing, and you have to deal with the madness, and you have to cycle through people. So it kind of has like an XCOM feel in wanting to cycle through and have a large roster of people, so you can have them recover between missions. Yeah, really love the art style though. It's dark. The colors are beautiful, and let's move ahead and see what happens.
Run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead. Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Okay, and the combat is pretty straightforward. You have different skills, and each of these skills actually has dots. The dots on the left are going to be where they need to be positioned, and the dots on the right are going to be the people they can target. And you have all the basic stats of like what kind of attack it is, the base chance to hit, damage, and any special abilities that it can add. So what we're gonna do is just starting out. Let's go with the open vein on this guy. Nice little action sequence. So he's hit up with bleed. So every round he's gonna take 2 damage. So he'll bleed out eventually. We'll just do a nice heavy smite to clear this guy out of here.
Maintain the offensive.
You still have a good loot system, because right now we're carrying food, which can restore health in different parts. And so every once in a while you run onto these like little interactive sections. So like we can actually loot this tent and see what we can find. Oh shit, we got some good gold value and just some additional little change sitting there. Now we've come to the end of this hallway, and we can enter this room, and you can see our torch kind of dropped a little bit. So light is a continuous mechanic you have to deal with when you're going through these dungeons. And like since it's kind of dim, we're dealing with a higher level of stress, but we have a chance for scouting, which when you have this overmap and there's a bunch of rooms, you have a chance to see what's in those rooms before you get there. And monster surprise, sometimes when you show up, the brighter your light is, the better of a chance you have to surprising the monster, so you get a free turn before initiative is even considered. So we have this big guy who I believe actually takes 2 positions. So this guy's technically in the 3rd dot. So let's fire this, because this has actually got that linking line in between each of those dots, which is going to mean that everybody in those first 3 positions is going to get hit. So we kind of spread the love around a little bit. And this guy actually has Zealous Accusation, but since this man is actually on a double space, it would kind of be worthless to use this, since we're not actually going to hit both of these guys. So what we can do is we can actually go into 100% base stun to try and stun this big guy. Ooh, but he actually resisted because he's strong enough. That point blank shot hurts and actually has moved me back, which can be kind of rough, because some of the, like, this guy can't use grape shot anymore because he's on the front line, because he's actually having to fight this guy toe to toe. So let's hit him with the open vein on this big guy, get him to bleed out. Ah, damn. We're actually going to move this guy forward 1, and that'll be his turn, just because he's tankier, he can take more damage. And with that big guy, he's going to be dealing a lot of melee. And since we'll be able to actually use grape shot, we can kind of pepper both of them again to kind of counter this guy's blanket fire. Oh, damn. So he's actually getting stressed out a lot by this, by some of this guy's attacks. And we are just not doing very well. Yeah, okay, good. We got a nice crit. So that actually gave him a little, like, that little half circle of white is removing some of his stress. So our guy up here in front is just taking a lot of damage, getting really stressed. That bleed is doing some serious work on him.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Okay, so this corpse is actually big enough that it's going to be kind of rough, because I don't believe our swordsman up in front,
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss,
is going to be able to do much, since nothing's really in range. Now, he's kind of in a rough place, because we can have him get, like, marked and resistance in a little bit, but he may bleed out, and that's what we kind of want to avoid. So if we can, hopefully,
press this advantage.
There we go.
Give them no quarter.
So we got a lot of stuff here. Sigils and deeds, if I remember correctly, are actually useful for upgrading buildings in town, or building buildings in town, which will give us just a better... It'll help us deal with our party better, be it getting rid of stress or upgrading. And the charms are always nice, because that's an item that they can equip that is a permanent benefit. So now we're gonna get our first real chance to go back and see the hamlet. So we got a good amount of treasure. We got some heirlooms set up, and we got this base reward. So Resolve XP is basically them moving towards our next level. Now, some events will cause you to either get boons or negatives. So let's see what he ended up getting. So he got Beast Hater, which is he's going to take less stress from beasts and deal 50% more damage when attacking a beast. So that's actually nice. It could have ended up a lot worse with him dealing dealing with that, taking all that beating, because sometimes you get like things that increase the amount of damage you take,
such as it is,
or make you take more stress.
This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
So we have all these quests to complete. So that's a lot. That's basically from the beginning of the game to the end of the game what we are going to complete. At the end of every mission, you're going to be greeted with this activity log that'll kind of like show you what's been going on. So like Reynold and Dismas have successfully escorted me to the hamlet. So you can open up the help menu. So over here is the stagecoach. We can recruit new heroes here.
Women and men,
so we can bulk up our squad.
And corpses. All will find their way to
so let's
us
get
now that
Plague
the road
Doctor's
is
nice.
clear.
He's got a lot of debuffs and everything, and he's kind of ranged. But then we also have the Seeker,
a sister
who
of
is
battle, pious and
has
unrelenting.
healing, if I remember right. Now, Ancestors'
In time,
Memoirs.
You will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Videos. This will show us all the videos we've seen, which is kind of cool. Go back and be able to review them. Graveyard. So any heroes that have fallen, this will be the record of them falling.
Covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting
Now
merciful
everything else
oblivion.
we need to unlock. But we got a pretty good squad here.
A mecca of madness and morbidity.
Now this is a
Work
breakdown
begins.
of each of the sections. So each of these right now we need to explore. Well, except for the Darkest Dungeon. But let's check out the ruins. Right now the ruins are listed as it's a short quest. It's pretty simple. Explore 90% of the rooms. That's a fairly straightforward scout mission. So let's hook up our squad here. I believe this is our best route. Now provisions are going to be what are going to help us get through.
Later,
like torches will allow us to raise up our light level. Holy water can be applied to a hero to increase your resistances. Keys for strong boxes. Everything's a nice little thing to have. What we'll actually do is we'll start with taking some torches, and we don't really have lumber or anything, I don't think. So I don't believe we can actually camp yet. But we could let's take a bandage or 2 bandages, just because getting rid of that bleed will be nice. No, and as you notice, people's stress level will maintain between missions. So that's going to be something we're going to have to keep an eye on, because we don't want to have like people getting too stressed. So this is the map that we were talking about before. Moving in between rooms takes us to this screen, which is kind of in the previous mission where we actually explored that tent. So as you're walking along, you may either run into enemies or find things to explore. I think he's actually getting stressed out just because he's in the back of the squad. Oh, I should have popped that up. But oh, we got a surprise. That's very good. So he's got some range stuff. He can also do some battlefield medicine and disorienting blast, which stuns and shuffles, which is nice. But let's hit it with a noxious blast. A little bit of acid. He resists the acid damage. I'm a fan of like when you're dealing with a couple of these weak guys to do the group damage. So she's nice to keep around just for the heal's sake. And then he should actually be able to drop that zealous accusation and clear both of them.
press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
So that was nice, clear. We were able to get some good amount of gold. We got a shovel and got some crests. The crests are going to be very important. That was risky because sometimes these can be trapped.
The
So
match
let's actually
is struck.
increase
A
our light
blazing
level.
star is born.
We were able to pop this scout, so this actually shows us that there will be a battle towards the end and an obstacle before we get there. And room battle with Curio and a Curio. Curios are kind of nice because they're remember right, the curiosities, things that we can deal with. Oh, so
Even
we got that shovel.
Cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
So we're not going to actually lose as much light as we would have.
Without tools of iron, you must rely on flesh, an indefatigable purpose.
So we're actually getting a lot of stress just going around right now. Now our light level was too low, so we didn't get a good surprise going on. And she's going to be the scary one here. So let's get a nice little spread of damage across the table there. So 1 damage, and then we're going to raise that stress level, which is not good. Let's pop her with that. Let's actually just throw that out. Damn. So this is the benefit of having your big tanky guy up in front. He's going to be able to soak a lot of the damage. That was meant for your team. She's going to get pulled up, which can kind of mess us up, but not really, because he's able to clear enough of the bodies that we can clear this up, move her back, and be able to have this guy react before anything really gets messed up. So we got off really lucky there. We got a good little haul going on. We're gonna pop another torch because that was getting a little bit low. All right, let's look at the map. So let's battle with treasure. That looks like that would be kind of nice. Then we're gonna get into this curio, which is just a bag. So it may be trapped. So he may have picked up a negative trait. So we're gonna slowly make our way through here. Let's actually get this. Oh shit, that stun goes back there, doesn't it? Well, let's stun her. Damn. She resists every part of that. With him getting wailed on with the stress, he is not going to be able to be in our next fight. It's kind of rough. I needed to move her back. Yeah. This rend is gonna hurt. Yeah.
For the slightest lapse.
So we have a lot of stress going on here. This is gonna be we should be able to pick up a couple of. Oh damn. We should be able to pick up a couple of new people in the next turn, like next time in the hamlet. So we're gonna need to cycle out Reginald and the other broad. So having that heal's nice. The bleeds are going to be kind of rough to deal with, but we can clear out
as the fiend falls,
a lot of this.
Faint hope blossoms.
Damn. His control is kind of getting wasted a little bit. And with her getting pulled up, she's going to be in a very risky position. But since it's just this person left, we can probably... Well, we should be able to nuke her down. So he's not actually in a position of doing this, so we're going to hit him up with a bulwark. We were able to hit her, and hopefully, so she wasn't able to resist, so we got that stun going on, which is nice. We will be able to hopefully drop some pain on her before it's her turn again. There we go. So we were able to square that away.
These
Got a nice little bracer.
creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Actually, no, I would rather he opens it. So he's got a little bit of the blight on him. That'll run its course. Damn. Let's... Oh, I'm up here. Whoops. Let's head over here. We didn't get a scout, which is kind of rough. Everybody's in kind of just bad straits. Let's burn that. So the bleed's done. Let's get rid of that. Let's continue our merry little...
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
Damn. So we're gonna need her to heal herself as soon as she gets into the next, well, as soon as she was hopefully to get into the next combat, but we're also running low on torches, so hopefully, I was really hoping we could get some torches off that, but, get your snack on. So everybody's fat and sassy now. I'd really like a torch, because, damn.
No force of will can overcome a failing body.
So, bad planning on my part. I didn't even think about the fact that hunger could be an issue that we'd have to deal with. So you notice that a lot of issues we're dealing with right now, so we're just going to try and power through this.
Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
This is just if you plan piss poor, this is what can happen. See, and on the inverse, we were surprised, so,
The human mind, fragile, like a robin's egg.
we will have fun dealing with all these issues. Hoping that we're able to actually get to town and we're not just going to wipe in the first dungeon.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
I really like the narration. The narration is super entertaining to me. It lends a lot to the situation. I need her to be back there so she can start healing. So they both got blighted, which is better than a stick in the eye. He's gonna be the issue. She's at death's door. If she gets hit again, she will die. This should be the end of the quest in general. We got some bad attitudes brewing. Good crit. That crit was super important for us to be able to get. So that was very close. We're gonna risk you. And we are going to I need to remember how to actually leave. There we go. So all in all, not the cleanest clear we could have had. We got some good supplies out of it. We got a good amount of money. Good higher bleed chance, which is nice. We'll throw that on somebody. But we got a lot of issues that came up. We got a lot of afflictions that we're gonna have to check out. But Reginald picked up Cytiomania. So he's obsessed with food. We're probably gonna have to carry around more food because of that. Corey ended up picking up known to cheat, so not allowed to gamble while in town, and irrepressible, so a nice virtue chance. The virtue, I believe, is the opposite of stress. And Wiznat picked up clumsy, so he's actually gonna suck a little bit of wind and may have a higher chance of getting hit during combat, which is not the best option, but hey.
There is a great horror beneath the manor. A crawling chaos
that
must be destroyed.
Once we get the sanatorium, we'll be able to start getting rid of that stuff. We have the Abbey now unlocked and the tavern, which is nice, because the tavern is going to be stress relief for some of the classes, gambling, drinking, or the brothel. But not everybody can use those. Like, she can't use the gambling hall because of her quirk. And each of these is going to cost an amount of money, varying depending on the character. And then we have the Abbey for stress relief, which is more of your...
Been dusted, the pews set straight. The Abbey calls to the faithful.
So like Reginald can go to the transept and Corey can go to the cloister. But yeah, that is our first jaunt into the darkest dungeon. If you liked the video, hit it up with a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Feel free to drop a comment if you want to give me advice, or if you want to just make fun of how bad I am at this game. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you cats later.